Hello, this is section 7.3, proving triangles similar. Here's our opener from class from Monday, and we talked about proving triangles similar using our understanding that all angles must be congruent, and we also talked about the ratio of the sides needs to be equal. So this lesson actually gives us more options on some shortcuts on how to prove two triangles are similar without having to do or find 12 different measurements. So here we go. In your notes, we have a new section, 7.3. Today's date should be the 20th. And we have a couple of new postulates and theorems to talk about and a couple of examples. So proving triangles similar is the title. And we'll start with the angle-angle similarity postulate. So that's angle similarity postulate. Shortcut to write that is just a capital A, and one squiggly mark. Different from when we talk about congruent, where we have the squiggly mark and then the equal sign underneath. But a much quicker way to write that. So the title, maybe you could infer that we only need two measurements in order to prove, well, two from each triangle, to prove that the triangles are similar. So the postulate actually states, we're going to kind of break this up into a few sections where we're going to talk about it in words, talk about it in pictures, and then just review it in one phrase. So if two angles of one triangle are congruent to two angles of another triangle, then the triangles are similar. So if two angles of one triangle are congruent to two angles of another triangle, the triangles are congruent. Alright, so let me draw two triangles here to kind of demonstrate for you. So let's call this one RST, and we'll call this one LMP. And so we'll say if angle S is congruent to angle M, so that's these two angles right here, and angle R is congruent, so this angle right here is congruent to angle L, then triangle SRT is similar to triangle MLP. So there is our first postulate, the angle-angle similarity postulate. Notice it's super important. This is really critical that you name these properly. So you see that angle S and angle M, those are congruent angles, and you can see that those are in the same position when we name the triangles. Also, you see angle R and angle L are congruent, and angle R and angle L, those are also in the same position. And then it would follow that these two angles would also be congruent, since we know that the other two are congruent, just because of our understanding that triangles have all, the sum of the angles of any triangle is 180. So there is your first postulate.